stand one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Commissioner Williams, please lead us in prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have granted us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Guide us and direct us in all that we do. Father, bless the land with some rain. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, good morning again, everybody. We have a forum. We'll discuss the eclipse later on, Sheriff and whatnot. Commissioners, you'll look at number 2, review and act on minutes of March 25th, 2024, please.
Hopefully, item number 2, we'll get this straight this morning, Judge, on how many cubic yards and stuff we have.
Okay.
I think Carlos Bass is supposed to be here this morning too.
He's supposed to be here, yes. I don't see him yet. And again, that's an approximate answer. I don't think we have to worry. I mean, be an exact figure, it's kind of an approximate figure.
That's all I have on the minutes.
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes as is.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Head, accept the minutes of March 25th.
Second.
Second has been made by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of approving the minutes of March 25th, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 3, audience with individuals. We do have individual, Miss Lynetta Barnett, but she can speak when we get down to the 1888 jail. I don't think there's anyone else here to speak. So moving on, review and act on accounts payables, number 4.
So just a question on page 8. The road and bridge special. Just a little information on those 3 things that are listed. Does anybody have any knowledge of those 3? There's more service center after there than majors.
More service center was that switch and console switch, wasn't it, Mike?
Yes, sir.
I thought we'd already done that.
I thought so too.
Thought that already went through payables.
We talked to the wrong phone.
It was what I didn't hear what said Summer.
It's outstanding. We called her to double check because we have this credit, so we wanted to make sure we had everything paid
Yeah, that's else.
on SNS.
That's what credit.
Yes, that's the credit. We're trying it back to comparative supplies and you, because if you don't bring me back those credit receipts from SNS, like every time you return something and they give you a credit receipt, it's the same thing as an invoice. I can't apply it to where it goes. So this has built up for over maybe a year. I just chose to apply it back to 15. So we can use it up and it'll be gone off the statement and they won't ask you about it if you want to apply it to your invoice.
I never saw a bill on that tractor console. He said he'd send the bill, so I don't know if he ever,
They do.
which, okay. And do I need to come down and sign it? That's what I'm asking.
We just, is it correct that it's under unified?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I think we're good.
Yep.
And then, the only other question I have, page 5, piece 2. First, you right there,
Mm-hmm.
just curious about it.
It's a 2016, it's got 1,400 hours on it. Robert Packer.
Operating, okay. One cabinet. And do we, I mean, that's a little bit more, huh? That's a little bit more than what, or a little less than what Dale was paying.
Yeah, I went and looked at it and everything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just. It ran good and everything else. I mean. Did a little background. I can get parts for it and San Antonio, so. I was just kind of.
It's a foreign made.
Well, they're all foreign made just about. Basically, when I talked to, the company in San Antonio. They basically said that, about the only thing that's actually foreign is the body parts. It's got a Cummins engine in it. All the working mechanisms are, you can get just about, around here, around the United States easy. He said basically the only thing that's actually foreign is the body parts. He said, but other than that, he said the bearings are all universal. He said it's got a Cummins motor in it, and he said, so I mean, because I was worried about that because when you take a picture of the plate, it's more foreign language than anything. And he said, well, look at the rest of them, look at your hand, and he said they're all foreign.
Yeah, well, cat and Caterpillar is not gonna be that way, so that's just why that's. Okay, that's all the questions I had.
Okay. But we'll make a motion on this.
I make a motion that we approve the accounts payable.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the accounts payable. Second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Gentlemen, going down to consent agenda to go through your packets, and the only thing that's not in the package is the facilities report. So if and when we get to making a motion on that, you will make a motion not to include the facilities report because it's not in the package. We'll get that in there next time.
Summer on the quarterly investment report. The road and bridge special. That rate, that. That 0.085.
But I just renewed it. I think that's the one I just renewed. It was at a significant higher rate. It just matured.
Well, I saw that you just did one that was, so that would help.
It just matured. So yes, that's what it was.
Thank you.
What page is that on, Jason?
That is the Mills County Quarterly Investment Report. Judge, have you gotten any word from the appraisal district on the tax balance that is collected? Still showing that it's pretty low at 95%.
No, it was
I
more.
believe it's 97%. Last time I talked to them, that's what they were looking at. I know.
Report says 95.
Yeah.
So
I hadn't visited with them the last week or 10 days. I can reach out to them today after our meeting. And I'll get back with you on that.
that would be more than what's in line. Because we base our budget on a 99, I believe, so.
I'll reach out and get that information, to you, Commissioner Williams.
Maybe this just showed the older report, so.
Okay.
It's not unusual for us to continue to receive money up in the document.
Just in the previous years, it's usually in April, we're pushing that 97, 98%, so.
And I guess I think they know with, the power company still in litigation.
Yes, I think I may have mentioned previous time, I listened to the, 2-hour deal in the Texas Supreme Court. And it may be a month as far as the earliest, it may be up to 4 months, what I've been told. Before we hear anything.
Well, on Tom Guthrie's report, but that, we spent a lot of time in Canadian. For that.
Oh, yes. Good job.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, the 2 12-hour days, sheriff's office this week.
Yeah, he's, there at the emergency operating center like many others all weekend.
I have no other questions. I like a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Minus.
Minus the facilities report.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the consent agenda minus the facilities report. Second's been made by Commissioner Barton, and there's the discussion. All those in favor of approving the motion by Commissioner Williams, excluding the facilities report, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, moving on to action agenda number 5, consider an act on interlocal cooperation contract for failure to appear FTA program with Texas Department of Public Safety. Kim Wesson, Kim Wesson, Kim Havens, you want to come up and prep anything? Commissioners, your packet. This is they did this, 3 or 4 years ago. And Kim, you might be able to prep a little bit more on this.
So this, good morning, gentlemen. This is a Texas Department of Public Safety, and what it is, it's a notice of interlocal cooperation contract for failure to appear FTA program. So when someone pays a ticket, or they don't pay the ticket, $10 of it goes, they collect this, and then they have to be clear with the FTA program, and, so they've got a vendor they use, but it is, in order for them to get their license, they get reported. It used to be like a $30 fee, it's $10 FTA report. Been doing it for a long while. But this is something the legislature has to have. I think you have a letter in front of you, and it's just a standardized. It's not anything, something that is new, or I may say new, but we've been doing it all along. But they have to have, like we did the last local agreement. But this just has to be signed and by either the county judge or myself. I'm looking at that. But, so it's an enforcement compliance service. It's in Austin with the Texas DPS.
Okay.
So it's just kind of not anything special or different or something kind of, brought in.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Havens?
Is this the actual contract that you're gonna sign today?
Copy. Do they have a copy?
Yes, they should have a copy.
So are
So
we,
they renew the license.
some of this is not completely filled out. Are we gonna get that filled out before we
That's
sign
why
it?
I'm bringing it before y'all, before we put
Yeah.
the signature and then.
You can fill that.
Sign copies.
That's,
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions? I'll make a motion that we approve the interlocal cooperation contract for failure to appear program through the DPS.
thanks.
My motion, second by Commissioner Williams. Second by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the interlocal cooperation contract, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, Kim. Have a good day. Okay, number 6, consider an act to establish a grievance committee of 9 citizens according to statute 152.014. So last year was the first time I did this personally. I know we've been doing it for several years. I'll just read a few things regarding the salary grievance committee. Chapter 152 of the local government code creates a salary grievance process for elected county and precinct officials to challenge the salaries, expenses, and allowances as set out in the proposed budget. So through the clerk's office, the names of each person who served on the grand jury during the preceding calendar year, there's a separate pieces of paper of these individuals thrown into this old hat. Commissioner Department in charge of the hat there. So what we're gonna do, the names have been placed in this hat. And the county judge draws an appropriate number of names to select the public members of the salary grievance committee. The county judge may repeat the process and draw a list for alternates. So these members who we draw will be serving on the committee until the later of the end of the fiscal year in which the person was appointed, or the time the committee takes a final vote on the last grievance for which a public hearing was held. So Ms. Sonia, anything I left out or anything? I'll draw 9 names and then 9 alternate names, correct?
Number 6 is actually consider an act someone needs to move to.
Yeah, we'll do the motion. We gotta approve this first. So I jumped a little bit there. So number 6, I'll make a motion that we establish a salary grievance committee of 9 citizens. A second's been made by Commissioner Parton. All those in favor of establishing a salary grievance committee, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Yeah, that was number 6. Now, the selection of the grievance committee members, which I've read previously, and anything I need to add to that? Okay, so I'm gonna draw 9 names and then 9 alternates. I'll read the names off. First name is Leslie Hammond. Give me the short of those little tags there, Dale, so I won't lose them. Second name is Karen Jones. Third name, Richard Gilliland. I think I pronounced that right. Fourth name, Deidre Bryant. Fifth name, Rachel Wright. Sixth name, Nancy Spears. Seventh name, Laura Wilson. Eighth name, Tracy Thompson. And ninth name, Timothy Darnell. Now, I'll also do a list of 9 alternates in case one of these cannot fulfill their duties. First alternate name is Randolph Dwyer. Second alternate name is William Jenis, Jeanes, Jenis. Third name, Stephen Geltz. Fourth name, Rocky Welch. Fifth alternate name, Richard Covington. Sixth, James Mason. Seventh alternate, Sarah Adams. Eighth alternate, Wesley Schmidt. And last alternate name. Oops. That's it. Magali Morris, M-O-R-E-S. Magali, M-A-G-A-L-L-Y, Morris, M-O-R-E-S. Made a mess, didn't I, baby? All right. So those are the last ones I read were the 9 alternates.
I'm gonna want those, but I do have them, but I am gonna want them.
Okay. So those are the selection. Do we need to make a motion, Sonia, to approve the one names I've drawn or anything? Okay. So we approved the grievance committee, we drew the names, and I believe we got everything taken care of. So moving on to number 8, consider an act of moving the Mills County Historical Commission to the 1888 jail Good morning, this is Lynetta Barnett. And Lynetta, I'll prep things up first and then you can take over. Lynetta's is on the committee. She's the chairperson, president, whatever your title is for the Mills County Historical Commission. You've been doing that for a good many years. Doing a great job. There's, how many members of their office? 12?
9.
9. And County Attorney Hale's on there. Got a good group in there. And as you all know, commissioners, we've been discussing the 1888 jail quite a bit, quite extensively. And we all agree we want someone in there. There's some issues regarding if we had put the county attorney in there with boring, the expense is going to be extremely high. I visited again with the Mills County Historical Commission, and the group took a vote, and it was a unanimous vote that we could all move over to the 1888 jail. And I'll turn over to you now, Lynetta. Go ahead.
Okay, it's been a while since I've been here with you, and I'll try to be brief, although it's not my thing, but anyway. Look at your resolution. I gave most people, there may be a few who don't take them. They're right here if you need one. This resolution was passed on the 14th day of May, 2018. And we had already been working on the jail a little while before that. This was the suggestion of Leighton Black. He was once a representative from our county, that we write up this resolution and post it and sign it. And to make it one page long, I have cut off the signatures of the commissioners who signed it. Although this one and this one did so. These two were not on there at the time. And the judge at that time was Kirk Full. But if you will look, it says resolution on rehabilitation. It was not a reconstruction. It was not a renovation. It was a rehabilitation of the first public building in Mills County. That building was built before the courthouse. It was a couple of years prior. And for those of you who are newer to the county, it pretty well gives you a history if you read through the whereas clauses. See, there's March 1887, September. The judge at that time who was the organizing officer out of Brown County was my Uncle Robert. The judge in this county, once the county was formed, was his great granddaddy. I think there might be an extra great in there. But anyway, most of us have all been around a while. The sheriff who worked in that building was Jason's granddaddy. And everybody, the pardons, the rights have been in this county for many, many years.
And they were in the jail, no.
Actually, the pardons were among the first. Okay, if you will look on down, it was built by JT, that's his I think, but anyway, JT Noyes of Diebold Steel. The cells in the upper story. The other things were done by, it gives you prices there. There's Green and Nichols of Lampasas. Notice that the prices were much smaller in those days.
Yeah.
But I would think that those are pretty big prices actually compared to the cost of the times. And here's JB Dumas, did the architectural work. Okay, now this is the paragraph I really want you to look at. Now therefore be it resolved that the 1888 jail should be preserved and maintained by Mills County Commissioners Court in cooperation with the Mills County Historical Commission for the purpose, okay, the purpose of historical education of the local citizenry and the people of the state of Texas. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some new ideas that I've had as to how we can use it for the education of the public. even though the Mills County Historical Commission is the one who may, if you agree to it, move into that jail. Now let's do some math. Under page, the diagram, it is not a perfect diagram, believe me. You will not notice it. 15 and 15 do not add to 30 and so forth. Okay, let's look at the outside dimensions, and I do not know how they built the thing. I guess they just lined up their rock and then, I don't know, and how they lifted that rock in those days in 1887. I have no idea. I'd love to know, but I don't. But anyway, the front is not square. If you've dealt with old buildings, you know that they're never square and they're never level. But anyway, this one is more level than it is square. The front facade is 29 feet. The sides are more or less 38. Now, actually, that is not a very large building. There's not too much room in the usable space. The entry, of course, is not usable space for whatever you can do with, except as an entry. I have marked on my paper, if you have a pen, you may want to write, that first little space there, 13 by 7 is the entry. Okay, that next room with a fireplace in it, and that fireplace is the black part, and the gray part is the concrete that's in front of the fireplace, you know, so the sparks don't hit the wood floor. Okay, that is what we're thinking of as a meeting room. Because it's a little farther from the street and you don't get quite as much noise from the trucks on the highway and so forth. Was not a very good office for a county attorney, because if you'll notice, there's 3 doors going out of it. There's 2 windows, 3 doors. Privacy was quite an issue, would be an issue for someone who needs it. We don't need privacy, so it's not a problem to us. Okay, that room is about 15 by 15. And that still, you cannot get very many people in there. I'm going to assume if you put a table in the middle, I've been doing, this is what Donna and I have for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Anyway, I look at these and think, okay, if our table seats this many people, and in the present table, we have seats 10. Although they're pretty crowded at that, but you can seat 10. But then if you sit in the chairs and move them back, that's another 2 feet per person at least. So you can see that that would quickly take up all your space right here. But anyway, I think the other choice would be to put your chairs around and either use or bypass the door spaces. And I think you could get 15 or 16 people in there. Your speaker could use a lectern or something. Just saying. Okay, move back over here to the room that's on the street side. 13.5, and don't ask me why this is 13.7 up here and 13.5 down here. I think the wall runs straight up. Not too sure about that. At the times 21.9. Okay, I have it marked on mine as display or lecture room. And again, it's not gonna hold very many people or children or whoever you might have as a group. I was thinking of school classes or something like that we could invite for educational purposes. I think maybe 16 children. We've already put a great big one of those old roll top desks in there, and it took up that whole corner just about. That thing took a lot of space, but I think you could get 15 or 16 children if you had, I don't know how many they have in elementary classes now. do they have the 22 that we had in the days of
It's not usually not that big, my kids.
They're not that big, okay, well, that'd be good then. But you could, if you had mower, put 15 in this room and 15 in the other room and have 2 presenters and something like that. Okay, and this other little room here is not really quite that big. I don't know, and the cabinet over in the corner is not in there anymore. But anyway, you can see there's not a huge amount of space, usable space in here. Around 750 to 800 feet, square feet of usable space. So by the time you take away the entry, because you can't do anything with that, and the bathroom. But anyway, that's what we're thinking. And right now we have the stairwell closed off. Both of the outer doors and the inside door. That door is not quite that wide. That's been another problem is we have, our doors aren't really 36 inches wide. Okay, would you have questions?
Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Lynette?
I just got one and I've been wanting to get over there and not been able to.
Right,
Have y'all been sitting around county historical jail?
yes, I have.
What is it like? Because it's actually, a museum, right?
They turned it into a museum, yes, I've been up there to some of their programs. I get a invitation from the Lappy brothers every time they meet. They still have a historical society and a historical commission. You know, the societies preceding the commissions, which were certified by the government in 1970.
I've been wanting to get over there because supposedly they're having issues with their ADA.
Oh, okay. Well, as I recall, Don might recall too. They had a ramp going up to the front, I don't know. And we still have ADA issues and we're going to continue to, although we've had some thoughts on that.
Yeah.
That we've talked about that.
Still researching.
We definitely discarded the south side. South side won't work. The east side could possibly work with a long ramp, but that's lots of dollars of concrete. And then we're looking at going straight up with a little ramp straight up. Those 3 steps in front are crumbling. So there needs to be, we need a little landing there where someone in a wheelchair, now, I think we could easily make it where someone could step up, but someone in a wheelchair might be a little more difficult thing, but anyway, we're working on that. We do not have a final solution. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I want to get over there in Brownwood and see what they got going with theirs and
Okay.
I've said it before, I'll say it till I'm out of here. I would really like to see it accessible to the public if there's.
Oh, I left out something. All right, what we would do in this case is set up a calendar that the historical commission would work. Like if somebody wanted to use it for a meeting or something, it'd work kind of like the senior center over there. They would have to schedule it ahead of time. We would not, at this point, I do not wish to keep it open 8 hours a day or something like that. But they could schedule it and use these rooms.
For meetings and whatever.
Yeah, you know, make a calendar. How do you feel about that?
I just think anything use of it is good.
Yeah, I do too. The more people that can see it, because it is part of Mills County's history, a very big part. And the Parton family, of course, yeah. But I think, even like yesterday, you know, we kind of got a taste of. There were people meandering all over downtown Gulfport.
I'm sure,
Actually, something to do.
sure some of them would have loved to have gone in that jail.
And glad for one thing that museum is open. I don't think people were creating havoc, they were just outside the day.
Yep, good reason.
Right.
At the museum, there was a lot of, when we started the remodel, there was stuff in there from the old chamber.
Yes.
There was a ball and chain and different things like that, and I think it all got taken to the museum. I mean, if you needed to bring some stuff back, it's down at the museum.
Well, we're not gonna have enough space to bring too much. stuff.
Right, I know, but
And not too much stuff out of your basement or what.
Yeah, and when we talk about some old photos too, put them on the walls and whatnot.
Well, a few.
A few, just a few.
There's not, if you look, there's not much wall space really for hanging stuff.
Yeah.
But I do have a 42-inch TV screen, and I don't know if we have TV outlets or not. Do we have TV outlets?
Probably not.
well, everything's today is Wi-Fi type thing, so.
Okay,
Are you talking about for slideshow?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a screen, and the State Historical Commission has many programs. Also, the Alamo, all that you can show, you know, videos of different kinds, YouTubes, all kinds of things. That you can use that if we use this room as a little theater to show programs at specific times. Not all the time. Okay,
Okay, any other questions for Ms. Lynetta? Anything else you need to comment on, Lynetta?
Well, let me add one thing, just
Okay.
move the clock over to be immediate.
Oh, not tomorrow?
Well,
I'm ready.
one issue came up is the bathroom doesn't actually have a door, which that doesn't bother some of them. So, that's one of the issues, I think.
And we're still waiting for light fixtures inside, time era, time.
Well, we're working on it.
The lighting, we don't have the lighting. Light fixtures? Light fixtures. They're not up yet. So there's no lights in there.
Yeah,
So this is not gonna happen tomorrow, but it's.
well, next few months, maybe summer sometime, so.
They didn't have a whole lot
I
of,
don't have the schedule, but normal move in there. Plan.
they didn't have a whole lot of life back in 1888 anyway.
That's exactly. Didn't have doors back then. So, okay, any other comments? Questions? Okay, I'll make a motion that, I'm moving the Mills County Historical Commission to the 1888 jail in the near future. Yeah, I made the motion, second by Commissioner Horton. Any other discussion? All those in favor of moving the Historical Commission to the 1888 jail in the near future, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 9, consider an act on proposal from Pablo,
Gotta be.
not Davila, right?
The villa.
No, I got corrected. Davila for the 1888 jail. Guy, you might come up here, we got in our packet, folks, some, a quote from Pablo for $25,000. And I will read this, well, you can see it, about mortar work. Work began to order in June the 1st. He could start even earlier than that. He told us 3 to 4 weeks to do the project. He'd have 2 to 3 workers on hand. And part of this bid includes him having paid for the 65-foot boom lift. Now, one thing, caveat to this, assuming we approve this, he would like to be able to draw 50% of the total cost to help pay for getting that boom lift up front. Am I correct on that, Guy? I believe that's what I've been told, understood from him.
Possibly,
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him on that.
Yeah. And is there anything else I've left off on this?
Yeah, I'd like to add that, the bid that we got from the guy at Fredericksburg wanted $50,000. And if you look at the bottom 3 feet of the jail, is the style changed because all the mortar above had kind of a rounded style to it. So the guy there said that he didn't have the tool to do that and it was a lost art and so forth. Anyhow, Pablo Davila said, no, he has the tool and he can restore it exactly like it was. So it's not a thing of taking all the mortar out, he's just replacing the mortar that's gone or missing, or it's needs to be replaced. Also, he will do the bottom 3 feet and put it back to where it's supposed to be. And for half the price. So,
And Commissioners, as Lynette alluded to, we do have a requirement through the state, being a state historical landmark, National Registry, Antiquities Landmark to maintain the outside of this building.
yeah, I just went to the Texas Historic Commission Real Places Conference last week in Austin. And I talked to some people there, that were also doing projects similar to what we have. And, it is a Texas historic landmark, and we do have an obligation to at least keep the building up. So, repairing the outside, this is gonna dry it in since it's already got a new roof, all the windows on the first floor are done. And this would, go a long way into keeping the structure maintained. I think once this is done, will be good for a long time.
Warranty on this part?
That's a good question. I don't know. I can find out.
I will say, the thing that I didn't like about the situation is Paul came to my office on Friday, he had written up his own bid and signed it and submitted it to me. I gave Guy a copy and I gave Joe a copy, and then he was called back to the courthouse to sign this bid, which is created in the judge's office, and I'm not sure he understood what he was signing.
Well, I talked to the second one, Summer, I talked to Gerald about this earlier, so sorry I didn't communicate well with you. That's what this other one had come up with.
Contract, a vendor should be submitting a bid when you're doing construction, a bid what they're going to do, and then it should be decided based on that, on what you're telling them to do. And then if you have somebody who has a language barrier here, they must say, I never agreed to this.
Well, I read everything to him and he said he understood, so. Gerald, any comments?
I don't see any problem with what was done. I think there's an understanding of what he's gonna do.
I don't think his bid included any warranty.
Yeah, there's nothing regarding warranty on there, to answer your question.
No, the discussion I had when we did the walkthrough, we talked about all of the repairs that he would do, what was needed, matching the colors. We covered all the details, but we did not talk about a warranty.
Personally, I would get one. I mean, because you're.
Most of your construction, you're gonna get a 1-year warranty. I mean, for if you have, material that fails or.
So this gentleman's not going through any buy board or anything like that.
No.
I understand that, but there's a warranty when you go through like chips and stuff. There's that backup security part of it. So we're not going that route. So
Is this person local or is it?
Yeah, he's San Diego.
He's from Cincinnati, go away. And Commissioner, I don't think there's any questions on that. We can sure table this, have him come back and put what kind of verbiage you want in there.
The only thing that I've got, I guess, issues or questions about is he's wanting 50% up front for the lift. Well, if he's talking about 3 to 4 weeks, he's talking about $6,000 as opposed to 12,500. I'm not for paying for labor before it happens. Or happens.
And that's a good comment.
Yeah, the only thing that I would see that would be reasonable would be to, put some upfront money for lift materials. Which is standard practice with some construction, but I would not pay for labor upfront. I mean, you can, if you want to, if this is going to be a long project, like 6 months, you can set up draws. But this is something that, he said he can get done in less than 30 days.
I mean, I work in construction after I leave here. This is normal to ask for 50% down.
The guy you talked.
I know. So,
Yeah, I talked to him. I think it's fine because he does that, but he also does all the firewood business around here. So,
that's a totally different business.
it's a totally different business, but I'm saying, no, he's He's been in the
Well,
community.
maybe we should get an interpreter to make it real clear that he understands exactly what the bid is.
Yeah. He was,
And I can talk to him, I don't know if I'm good English he speaks or not.
yeah,
Do you think we need somebody to interpret for him?
well, if it make the court feel comfortable, we can. When I was talking to him, he seemed to understand everything we discussed. And we had a lot of back and forth conversation. And he gave me a verbal bid on the spot. And
I invited him to attend Commissioner's Court meeting this morning at 9, and he said he'd try to come, so. apparently-
the only barrier that he had is when I asked him to draw up a proposal with, a job scope and describing everything that's gonna be done. And he said he would have to get, that person, I don't know if it's his sister or, I think it's his sister he's talking about,
Do an email.
to do the email. He-
He didn't have a computer or something. so-
Yeah, so, and she's probably, speaks a lot better English than he does, so,
Well, Commissioners, y'all's call, if you got any doubts, I'd suggest we table and then come back.
We don't need to table this forever, we're gonna lose this guy if we don't get it done.
you wanna, I mean, I can talk to him if you wanna put a stipulation on this or whatever to make sure that everything is understood and, make sure there is a job scope that describes exactly if it's not in detail enough for you on that and cover the warranty too.
Well, what did he turn into?
With this,
You said he turned something in.
Did his match this turn in? His turn in and this one? This one's done by the judge's office,
Yeah.
correct?
well, this had just more detail added to it, and I took it by Gerald to look at, which he said this looked good.
Good as far as I'm concerned, it touches all the issues that we're talking about.
Yes, we do have the money funded to do this.
Yeah, and there'll still be enough money to cover the light fixtures and door.
Okay. Commissioners, questions, discussion?
I make a motion that we approve the proposal by Pablo Davila, Davila, for the what do you call that? Mortar work on the 1888 jail.
Along with a 50% down.
With a bid proposal of $25,000 with 50% down for pre-work.
Okay. Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams for the proposal from Pablo Davila for the 1888 jail, including a 50% down payment. Any other questions, or discussion, Commissioners? Okay. I don't think it should be down that way. Okay, all right, I'll call for a vote then. All those in favor of using Pablo.
Hey, who's the second?
A second, excuse me. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rice. Excuse me, so we've got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor of using quote from Pablo Davila for the 1888 jail, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, one opposed. Motion carries. All right, moving on, number 10, consider an act on materials and labor, the Muffin Monster Sewage Grinder Replacement Law Enforcement Center. Guy, if you'll come up and give us a little prep on this, please.
Okay, so, Heart of Texas Mechanical.
Yeah, this is the law enforcement center.
This is the name of, it's a sewage grinder. Brand name on it is Muffin Monster. Muffin Monster. It's got a little green man on there too. It's, anyhow. So, Heart of Texas Mechanical contacted me, Rusty Roberts. He said that the, Muffin Monster will be shipped from California on the 12th, which is Friday. And as soon as it gets here, they are ready to install it. So we're looking at next week sometime.
And also, there's also gonna be labor included, commissioners for installing this thing of $3,000 to $5,000, is that?
Well, it's the equipment itself, the machine itself is 27,800 or.
And this is a machine, not, a part.
No, this is the entire unit.
Okay.
This motor is a sealed motor, okay? And they're expensive, I mean, so. I looked up the blueprints, looked up the specs on it, this thing is designed to run 24/7. It's never supposed to shut off, so however long law enforcement centers have been open, that's how long, and it's still running, they've got it running off and on, 6 on, 6 off, which is really not good for it, but that's all, the best we can do to keep it going without it just shattering or whatever, but, so I talked to Rusty Roberts on this, he called and talked to the people, to the company that built this, to make sure that everything is, what it's supposed to be as far as the specs, and he said, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. I was of the opinion that it shouldn't run all the time, he said, no, that's what the company said, it needs to run all the time, and that's what it states in the blueprints too, that it needs to do that, so, in the specs. So I would recommend that when the budget comes up, talk about $30,000 for this thing, including the labor. For how many years is law enforcement center been? 8 years? But divide 30,000 by 8 and start putting some money back for the next one. So that's, yeah, and they're gonna last, I don't know.
And again, there's gonna be a few more labor charges for getting this installed, besides the 27,000, right?
The 27,000 is just for the
Motor.
for the equipment. This is the motor grinder. It's all one piece. And we even talked about taking and just rebuilding the motor. And it's a sealed motor. It would cost more to rebuild that motor than just buy the unit.
So there's a few, like, again, we're thinking what, 3,000 to 4,000 maybe?
Rusty Roberts said probably talking a couple of $1,000s anyway.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
Commissioners, I visited this summer or last week, this would fall under non-departmental expense, building improvement expense, which we do have the money to cover that approximate $30,000 deal for the sheriff's department on this muffin grinder or whatever it's called, muffin monster.
Yeah, Summer and I had a conversation on that, the building improvement fund, we had earmarked for
Lots of stuff.
things to get
That
courthouse,
was- Yeah.
to courthouse repairs. So after we had a conversation, and then I had a conversation with the sheriff that, I mean, obviously this takes precedence, you have to have it, you can't just run that jail without sewage grinders, so. I can put some of the repairs that wanted to get done that we got earmarked for the courthouse, if necessary. I can put it off till the next budget cycle if we need to, but,
Well, I think this is a top priority.
yeah, I can make whatever adjustments that we can make.
Yeah, I think this is top priority for the law enforcement center, so.
Yeah.
Sheriff, anything we need to add to this or anything? Sheriff, cool? Okay. All right, commissioners, any other questions?
So we're gonna take all, yeah, because they don't have it under theirs at all. The building, their maintenance is down to $5,000
Mm-hmm.
to get them through the rest. And so what is in that that account that's left, guy, that you're talking about, huh?
85,000.
But that includes what we need to do on the courthouse.
So what are you pulling off of this that you're not gonna do?
We've got a lot of concrete work, we have steps out here. Sidewalk, it's busted up on the east side. We've got a drain put in down by the handicap entrance. We've got a wall down in Summer's office, it's we've got to put a moisture barrier on that wall. So these are just some of the things. We just got all the new doors, entrance doors done. So that was a big issue, and, we got all the windows and everything done last year.
On those doors you were talking about, they were worrying about a warranty. Were they under a warranty?
Yes. 1 year.
And we got them fixed for.
I've had to call them back a couple.
Okay, commissioners, any other questions? Okay, do I hear a motion for the number 10 on the materials and labor for the muffin monster? I'll make a motion that we approve the materials and labor for the muffin monster replacement in the law enforcement center.
Second.
And I made a motion, second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the materials and labor for the monster, which is the sewage grinder, the law enforcement center, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on, number 11 is consider an act on accepting 8,000 cubic yards of wrap from TxDOT for all 4 precincts to be placed in precinct 1 yard. Carlos Reyes is here. Good morning, Carlos. You want to come up here and enlighten us on what all is going on, please?
I brought this to the court several times already, and I don't think we're all on the same page, and I'd ask Carlos to come up too and talk to the court about it.
So, every year out of our material budget, we allot, I think, $13,798 for material as a county assistance program. Most of the years, it's always been, flex base, manufactured flex base. This year and last year, we used what we call RAP, reclaimed asphalt material from the roadway. We were gonna have a big project on 84 West, which is from the Brown County line to the traffic T out there where 183 and 84 will be. We'll go just past it by Oak Creek Road. It's gonna accumulate around 33,000 cubic yards of material. Out of that, we've got to stage it along that way for the trucking. There'll be one just south of the county line, 8,000 cubic yards will be there. There'll be 2 locations now at Pompey Creek. The next one will be at Browns Creek. Due to the trucking and trying to get it all lined out, and then I think y'all had some questions on the precinct where it was located, and it hadn't been approved yet, so we had to change locations. So it's gonna be at Browns Creek right now, unless it changes, and then we'll move it to the precinct. It's more of a centralized location for y'all, but if you have any questions on that,
How many total yards, Carlos, are we going to receive? Because at one time I asked for, I thought 8,000 be going into
it'll be
this
8,000.
yard.
We're gonna split it up around 8,000 at each location.
When can we get that material?
As soon as we get it measured,
Out here on the highway
on
also?
the highway, at each, whatever location would be easier, we can just go measure and then we can give you however much you need at it.
Up to 13,000,
$798.
yeah, 13,798. What happens to the rest of it? How?
It'll be there staged. And then
3 years?
If for the next 3 years, you're probably gonna be getting wrapped. So it's gonna, that 33,000 is gonna just sit there and you can use it, you can purchase it, or we can give it to you as a finance system every year.
Usually that's what takes place. I think that's what they all did at Modern, that it was given back. That you can get that material. And that's the only reason I wanted to take the 30,000 off on the minutes, because I thought we were gonna have more than that. And I wanted to have 8,000 in my yard so we could. Y'all can come like we've always done state material. It's always been delivered to precinct 1 yard. And y'all might use a route, you might not, but I think it's good for us to have the route.
Sure.
And that's the reason that I brought it to the court this way, so.
Okay. And Carlos, would you say maybe they're gonna be starting next month or 2?
Next week,
Oh, next
we're
week.
gonna start trying to look into it starting next Monday. If not that Monday, the following.
Okay.
If the court does not approve this, is that not correct? Then you have a location that
Yes.
you can go with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the way it sounds to me, you've already got the locations, you're just, if we approve this We're adding another location.
We had that location on the books to begin with, because we've always taken or delivered material at that location, so we just use that. And then, I think Commissioner Wright had just mentioned that it hadn't been approved yet, so we had to scramble and try to find another location just in case.
Is this what you gave sent to the judge? Is that my yard location on the
Yes.
longitude and latitude? I don't know if y'all have ever seen that, but
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll send it to
You
you.
send a letter to the judge, there's a copy of the letter, and it gives you the location of where the material is all delivered.
Well, we asked about that letter last time and
Yes, I didn't have the letter. I went to Carlos and requested it, and so y'all can see it. That was one of the things I wanted to bring to the court.
Are they paying at it $20 a yard?
Per receipt.
Just 8,000 period?
That's what they value, Dale, I believe, 20.
Carlos, your valuation is $20 a cubic yard.
Yes, it's what they're looking at, and it is, that's what they kind of accumulate and process and all that, and what they bring it to.
So there'll be a lot of material left.
Yes,
That's what
and then
I.
eventually, when it's just sitting there, sometimes if you need more, sometimes they give you an offer or they sell it to the commissioners or precincts at $5.
Will they sell that material to anyone besides the commissioner?
Right now, we do it for the county.
Well, I think it's a good deal for Mills County to get whatever we can. We appreciate working with y'all.
Yeah, this is what we do every year.
well, I mean, I know it's a little late. It sounds like y'all are already on the board going on, but this letter was in December the 13th. And we're just now got it on the agenda,
I just got it.
kind of running behind, guys.
Yeah, you can. You want to see the letter?
I just read it. Yeah, I just read it. That's what I was saying.
Y'all, as long as y'all saw the letter, like I'm saying, I hadn't seen it either. When I went out and y'all asked for more information.
Yeah.
I went out to Carlos and asked, and, he made this available to me. So that's the reason I bought it.
I didn't realize that was the official allotment that we were getting. I thought that was just extra. That's the way I was
Well,
understanding
it's
y'all.
really not. They're a lot for 13,000.
Yeah, and so, but it's wrap and you're not gonna get the
rock.
the rock
Like we got.
usually do.
I mean, I'm fine with the wrap we're finding places for it, something we can use. I guess for 2 years, I contacted Brownwood and I think they were at 10 or 12 then, and I'm like, but we can't pay that. Well, then finally, they came back with a deal. That first file was at Pompey Mountain, which is probably one of your staging areas again. That the guy, I can't remember who it was, came back that they had to charge it out, but the county would not have to pay for it as an over allotment. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And then, of course, we've gotten the deal on 16, and so.
Let me,
And if it works for y'all, me, it's working,
let me ask one question, and this you may not both know the answer to this. But since we have our own trucks now, can we get in line and help haul that?
That we have to talk to the contract. But if you've got your own trucks, then
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know how that stuff sets up as soon as you drop it on the ground. It should be nice to just go straight with it, look at already crushed and ready to go.
But yeah, you'd have to contact the contractor so you can get in line. And then they fill you up. Contact you.
I don't have a problem. I think that's a good idea because I don't see y'all coming all the way to my yard but I was going to divide it up where you could come to the yard, and I don't know where they're going to start at, Jason, on delivering this material.
I believe they're gonna start right there at off Powers and move.
West, northwest. Okay.
That's, it's gonna be right here in town anyway. We wouldn't have to double haul it if you wanted to do it that way. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, but again, we'd have to talk to the contractor on that, so.
Okay. All right, any other questions, commissioners?
So is this worded correctly? This 8,000 cubic yards of wrap for TXDOT?
Yes.
That is.
If it will go to Mills County Precinct 1, you will get around 8,000 cubic yards.
If it doesn't go to my precinct, what
It'll
will
go
we
to
get?
Browns Creek, just on the southeast corner of Browns Creek on 8.
Take it to the yard.
And then you'd have to pick it up there.
Okay, do I hear a motion on this, commissioners?
I make a motion that we accept the 8,000 cubic yards of RAP wrap, which is reclaimed material from TXDOT for all 4 precincts to be placed and stationed at precinct 1 yard.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to store the 8,000 cubic yards of wrap.
Second.
Second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the accepting 8,000 cubic yards of wrap, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Carlos, thank you. Good luck working with you. Appreciate your help. Okay, number 12, Commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright, go ahead.
It's, been a pretty busy last few weeks with everything we've been doing, and I know that, we've been blading a lot. I went out and instead of going to the law enforcement center, what I did, I've traveled all my precinct roads and tried to keep up with the clips, and it was a pretty interesting deal, but, we've been filling potholes. Like I say, we've been, blading, and that's about what we've been doing the last, with mechanic work. We've done some work down on the river. We've had some very bad potholes. I think the judge has been called about it a couple of times, and we've got that fixed, but, our, mini excavator went down while we were down there, so, but anyway, I'm in the process of having it fixed. That's all we've been doing.
Okay, Commissioner Head.
Now we blazed some roads, we did a little bit of shredding and then we've done some digging in the pit, trying to get, hopefully before too long, we're gonna start hauling. So we've been just doing that.
Okay.
Traveled precinct, and of course went up to Star and checked in with them, and traveled precinct, met some really nice people who came in for the clips, and I think it was pretty neat little deal.
Yeah, from all over.
Yeah.
Commissioner Porter.
I've been spot hauling around the pretty area, trying to get them fixed up over there, because my intention, if it works out, will be to move back to the mowing area and try to get the grant stuff going before it gets hot this summer.
Mhm.
And, get those projects done. Also done there, so. The tractor with the grinder, Rob was supposed to get it April 1st, it's down. Ordered the faces for it, got the idler full in everything, but they did not order certain things else, so. Now we're having to wait for about, we'll get it back up and going and get it, probably. So we can get the pieces. Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Williams.
And again, clips is on the latest on the what we did, but Swinging Bridge is back open at 8 o'clock this morning. Everything was good out there except for one incident, I think at 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and probably guessing that had a little bit of alcohol to do with it, but I didn't know that, so. But other than that, everything was great, on the clip side. Put a new culvert in on 408, also bladed and did some hauling of material on 408, 414 and 432. That's it.
Okay. Number 13, County Judge's Report, mainly eclipse, so, I was in and out of the law enforcement center this weekend. And special thanks to all the staff from Mills County Law Enforcement, Texas Department of Emergency Management, all the other support personnel, volunteer fire departments. As far as I know, we didn't really have any issues. I came down to the courthouse yesterday morning, had a great group. I'm guessing probably 250 people here at the courthouse. Tom Guthrie and I walked around, visited people from all over the world, all throughout the United States, which is amazing. They found Gold Point. And, they're very complimentary, the friendliness here. And that's where I witnessed the eclipse of the courthouse. And, like I said, had a good group. Traffic afterwards was a little bad coming to the park down Fisher Street, but I didn't hear any of the traffic issues, Sheriff, did you?
No, sir, it was moderate, but it cleared out pretty quickly.
Yeah. So anyway, we got through the eclipse, and again, thanks to all the many support staff and everyone in the law enforcement center for their hard work over the weekend. So that's all I got. Number 14, adjournment, Commissioner Wright.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Wright. I'll second it.